Hi, it's me. I'm back. It's Annalisa with my spiritual friend. It is Sunday, May 9th, Mother's Day, 2021. I hope everybody is well. Uh, as always, all readings and divinations are for the purposes of entertainment only, as in accordance with the law. I'm not a doctor, a lawyer, a therapist, or a financial advisor. If you need one of those, please seek those. I'm restarting this. We're trying it twice. The chat wasn't working the last time. We'll see if it works for me this time. If people can start typing, welcome, welcome. If you aren't in the United States and you aren't a mother, then ignore the Happy Mother's Day. But Happy Mother's Day to those that celebrate. Happy Mother's Day to those that are carrying and expecting their babies to join this beautiful human experience. You are already a mother. I don't care what anybody says. You are already making sacrifices and giving up a whole lot and loving a whole lot and caring a whole lot and connecting a whole lot. So congratulations and welcome. Let's see if anybody wants to chat and if this chat thing will work, because I don't see anything popping up just yet. I'm guessing you're typing and I'm not getting anything. Oh, for Christ's sakes. Y'all, maybe I'm not supposed to do these today. Maybe I'll just create a Zoom link for all of you and you just pop on with Zoom with me. I did Meg Daly, who hosts a podcast called Tranquility Talk, interviewed me on Wednesday and posted it on Friday. I have the link posted in the description for you to go to her website, and then it links you to the things, but it's episode 29. We chatted about practical intuition and connecting with it and using it in everyday life. Oh boy, y'all. Is it really going to be a 3 times a charm? What's terrible is I have to wait then for YouTube to post stuff. And I usually leave them because sometimes I'll give little tidbits of schmidbits because I'm just rambling and rambling. Let's all manifest that the words start popping up on my side. Let me see. KK. Do you see? Let me see if you're... Yeah, she's asking me. She's messaging me. Can you see the chat now? Can you see chat? Am I the only one who's having issue? I'm on Chrome. Ha! Oh, I can see it when I pop it out. Oh, magic. All right, so I just have to do it this way. Fancy that. Okay, y'all, we are in. We are in like Flynn. I don't know what that means, but we're doing this. Okay. Yay. So in the last thing, because I'm going to end up deleting that one, because like, subscribe, share me with your friends. This is how people find out about me, because I don't advertise a lot of places. I don't pour myself out, so to speak. Just kidding. Oh, God, some people let their children listen. Oh, I do know that because one of my clients told me that. I'm like, no. So please share me with your friends. That is truly how people find out about me. And then also the YouTube algorithm gods, however they decide to show people to me. The more likes and subscribes I get, the more they share me. So let's see. I'm going to be doing more of those tarot, practical, spiritual practice things, because I think that they're really super handy, because I like them for the idea of doing them, me posting it and you using it for the next day, because you can sort of implement it through your day instead of having to fully carve out time and focus on it. And it's just a really easy way to kind of create a spiritual practice in a balanced way in your life. I know a lot of people, when they first start getting into it, they kind of go like overboard and crazy, and they're like reading everything they can and watching everything. And then at a point it becomes like not really practical in your life, right? I know when I was single before I had children, even when I was just dating my husband, I had plenty of time to meditate and do all those crazy, like, meetups and get together with people. And it just doesn't work when I have 3 kids and trying to balance everything. So I do it in different ways. So I thought I would share that with you. So I am going to do those. I actually started recording another one, and then I was having trouble, whatever. It's a learning curve for me to learn to actually edit something, sort of pare it down. And then I realized I don't seem very natural when I'm trying to memorize things because I'm not an actor. um, I'm really good at just talking. So, and then I realized I was talking too fast because I was rushing, and nobody wants that. Blech. So, okay. So anyway, I'm going to do those. I'm going to get them out there, and I need to batch video or record them because I think it'll just be better because sometimes life happens, as we all know. Miss Starry Sky, I hope you're healing and doing better. Mary, how are you feeling if you're here? And there was somebody else. Oh, please send love out to Carly because her grandmother passed away unexpectedly. And, you know, even if someone is older and they've lived a really long, wonderful life, it's still heartbreaking and we still miss them and all of that good stuff. So, and I hope everybody's doing well. And that's that. So, oh, no, that's not that. So I said this on the last thing, so I'm saying it again. Or maybe I already said it. Did I already say the thing about being interviewed on Tranquility Talk by Meg Daly? It was really a lot of fun. I think I will never wear my headphones again to be interviewed, at least not those ones, because it seemed to be a little glitchy on my end, not hers. Hers was perfect, of course. But anyhow, it was really fun. I really enjoyed talking to her. I hope you guys give it a listen and enjoy it. Enough rambling. Hello, Lightning Spark, Wings 34. Happy Mother's Day, everybody. Hi, Allie. Hi, Annika. Oh, I'm sorry about your migraine. I can sort of feel that. You know what is interesting is when I was getting my earrings on, I sprinted in the door from Target. Sometimes you just have to make a Target run. And there's someone here with a throat chakra issue because I just felt it so tight. I don't know. So we'll figure it out. All right, Wings 34. I'll check it out. Hello, Goddess Love. Montoya, I'll have to look back at it. I never see it. Okay, so Devry, I'm Montoya. Hi, Lauren Jane. Lauren Jane, I had to refund your money last time because you weren't around for your question. I don't know what happened. Like and subscribe and all of that good stuff. All of the stuff you're supposed to say when you do these things. All right. So I'm going to just tell you right now, Suafa, I think maybe how you say it, Suafa. When I get to your question, I'm going to ask you what the name is because Divine Masculine doesn't help me at all. Neither do, if you've never been here before and asked a question, I'm really not big on, I don't really care what anybody's sun sign, star sign, rising sign, you know, all that stuff. I like first names. We can be on a first name basis. I don't need last name. I don't need birth dates. I don't really care about all that. I mean, I care, but I don't care. You know what I mean? Yeah. All right. So let's add, just a moment. I just want to make sure. Guessing Dan, no question tonight. Julian, Lightning Spark for one question. Rachel. And Suafa. I hope I'm saying that correctly. Aligning exactly where we're supposed to be this time. I feel us merging heavily. Okay. You might be my Suafa. You might be my throat chakra. Hang on, I'm gonna write that down. I just felt that real tight. Okay, Montoya, I will not read your question out loud. Okay. In fact, I'm just going to answer yours right now because I don't want to, you want that to be a private question. So we'll just answer it this way. I feel like, yes, absolutely. Yes, 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 yes. So what you're going to do is the I am stuff, right? So I am dot, 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 dot. Like I am a part of this thing. I am a member. I am, like as if you already are that thing. Um, and just keep telling yourself, like, tell yourself that in the mirror, like, maybe even write it down. Like, I don't know if you have a business card or something, because I feel like if you have a business card or make like a pretend business card, I don't know, and like put it under like as like I would put psychic medium, you could put blank, blank, blank member, whatever. I'm trying to like try and keep this. Where did my, oh gosh, oh goodness gracious, my little chat pops out all weird and then I lost you. So oh, fart. I was about to say fart knocker. Sorry, it was like something from way back when. Did y'all say that when you were little? Oh, stupid. Okay. I get that some people have already received it. Be patient. I feel like it's rolling out in like different orders. Like it's not all at once. And I don't know why, but it just feels like in like levels. I don't even know how to say that name. You used to say that too. Hello. Did you say fart knocker when you were little? Okay. Anyway, sorry, y'all. I was a tomboy. My days of hanging out with boys are showing up in goofball things. Okay. Yes, I do feel like you are. I don't want to answer that again because I want you to be patient and wait for it because I really do feel it. And I know that we've talked about it before. Call you Rachel. Okay. Okay. I don't know how all of those things work as far as like how that, like, but to me, that's what it feels like is it's like rolling out in sections. Like they don't release all of it at once. I sort of think that that's like part of the thing to like keep people guessing. Whatever. Organizations are funny. Places are funny. People are funny. How they do powery little like keep them guessing. Okay, I'm putting this here so I can remember your name is Rachel. Recton. I don't know. Is that some kind of game? Y'all, I got a really nice pen for Mother's Day. I know you're going to be like, a pen? It's a really nice pen. And I really like it. And you know I like. I'm like, so I've always been sort of obsessed with like finding a good pen that writes really nice. And it's like weird anyway. It's a really nice pen and it writes really nice. And I'm happy with it. So just let a girl like a pen, you know what I mean? Okay, so we're gonna leave you there, Montoya. You're done. Devry, you have 2 questions. Starry Sky, you have 2 questions. Allie, you have 2 questions. Let's just start typing. Let's see where we go. You can donate now. Yeah, the list is still open, Rachel. There's another Rachel here, so we'll have to figure out. Thank you, Annika. I appreciate the compliment. I was like, I literally was running in the house and my kids are like in the kitchen, like, what'd you get? What'd you get? Because whenever you bring bags in, they're like, what'd you get? What's for me? And I'm like, get out of my way. I got to move. So loving on Mother's Day. Oh. Okay, Star Sky, any messages from Spirit? This first and second question. Okay, can you answer me this? How are you feeling? I know I can read your energy, but it is sometimes nice just to like ask as a friend and not just feel in and be nosy bosy. So you want kind of a general reading, or do you want me to connect in? I just want to be clear on this, or do you want me to connect in with a loved one that's crossed over? Better, yay! And the bubble is gone, and everything seems to be attaching. For those of you who are impatient for your question to get here, trust me, I stick through this and I stay with it. But I also do care about you as actual people and not just like plowing through as a magic 8-ball that I am. Okay. So I just want to clarify with you, Starry Sky, did you want from a loved one, or did you want, and God help us that it is not as laggy as it was last week, because that was really painfully slow. Did you want a loved one, or did you want a general reading? And I'm going ahead, and Rachel, I have yours. Wait, what? Oh. Oh, okay. And Wings 34, I'm sorry, I didn't check that. I will fix that, okay? My apologies. And Rachel is down for 2 questions. So if you could correct KK, the name I think we had on there was Swafa. Please change that to Wings 34. And if you can delete anything that has that in there in order to provide privacy, we should do that. Okie dokie artichokes, let's go. Okay, so oh, thank you, Emily. That's a cute sign. So Starry Sky, Bubble's still with you. Oh, I'm sorry. Was Autumn a pet? Sorry, I'm like, oh. The only way I can see this, I'm gonna just try and pop it back in and see if it will. No, it won't. Okay. I don't want top chat. I want no. Oh, don't do that. I want all chat. There we go. Rudeness. Okay. All right. So let's just see what your guides have to say, Starry Sky. Okay, so they said that you have been working on like staying calm and de-stressing and things like that. And they said you're working on, it feels like I'm clearing my heart chakra. I'm working on clearing my chakras, but I feel like stuck as I get like diaphragm and lower. It feels like this kind of is clear in my heart. And then I feel like stuck. So this would be my solar plexus. This is how I relate to the world, how the world relates to me, and my self-esteem. And to me, this is really about belief systems about how the world works. And then they showed me what I thought looked like kind of like a beetle, but then it kind of morphed, because this is just how it happens, almost like in dream states when you're dreaming and like stuff goes from like one thing to another, and you're like, you're trying to explain it to somebody, you're like, well, first I was here, and then all of a sudden I was there, and this person was here, and you're like, I know it makes no sense, but it's a dream, right? So sometimes messages come through this way where it's like, it makes no sense. But do you know those little like pods that fall from a tree, and it looks like they've got the little, I'll draw it because it just works better when I'm drawing. Oh wait, let me do it on this one, because then I can make it bigger. So they're like helicopter peed pods or whatever, and like when you can spin them, and then like you can like go like that, and they fly off or whatever. And they're sort of like just saying like, it's time for you to make a wish and decide what you want. Like, it's like your belief in manifesting and your belief in everything is sort of like half-hearted, and they're like, just go with it, give it a shot and do it. And like change your belief systems about how everything has to happen. You're working on it, but it's like, it's literally like, you just have to like let it go. Like, you just have to let it go. And like, instead of like worrying if it's there, if it's happened, it's like, they're like, just let it go. Let it go. Like, that's what you do with those things. You just let them go, and they do their thing. And you don't like sit and try and dictate how it needs to happen or why it needs to happen or any of that other stuff. This is really annoying. I don't like the way this is. Well, I guess the universe is teaching me patience. Not so much, but kind of. So annoying. It keeps like, I want this. Fuck. Y'all. Oh, fuck you, little thing. Sorry. Here, wait. Let me do it this way. There. God bless you. Okay. So thank you guys for helping me and reminding me to do this the easy way instead of the hard way. Okay. So, it's just the feeling of like letting it go, letting it go, letting it go. Like, I had the most cool experience last week with my guides where I don't ever really hear them outside of my head, or like in a voice. So I can't delineate between male, female, whatever. I just know their energy, but I don't really ever hear them talking to me. And they weren't outside my head, but I could hear them talking to me. And I heard one very clearly. And she said, like, kind of loud, like, it's not happening because you're not letting it go. Like, you're still sort of ruminating over it in a way. Like, you need to just like release it and let it go. It's like, it's out there for you. And then as soon as I did, I was getting confirmations, but in different ways, like people who had gone through similar experience or whatever like that. So it was like kind of like happening. And then I heard a male guide kind of talking about some other stuff. So it was like, I was just having things happen in different ways, but it's like sort of, that's been part of my manifestation, is to get clearer, to get like, have everything be like crystal clear. So it's just sort of like, you just have to let it go. So I'm not saying this because I always do it so easily, because I don't. And really anybody who says they do, nuts to that. It's always, that's kind of the cool part about it, is it's like, it's always a work in progress, and you're always sort of learning and growing and finding new keys to opening up new doors. And I think that's like, makes just all of it very exciting. Hi, Juliet. I also watched another way of doing it is like, when Buddhists will say, like, they say like Om Mani Padme, what is it? Om Mani Padme Om, like over and over, as like a like getting in the resonance of that Zen state. but they're just saying the same thing over and over and over again. So you can do the affirmations where you're like, I am this, I am that, I am that. Blah, blah, blah. Yeah. Om mani padme hum hum hum. I don't know. I tried. Thank you, KK. They say it over and over and again, but you can do that with, like, if there's something that you want, just say it over and over in your head. Like, my eye is healed, my eye is healed, my eye is healed, it healed, or my eye healed so easily, my eye healed so easily, my eye healed so easily. It's not saying that, but it's like, pick whatever it is you want to manifest and focus on the one thing, like, and super saturate it by saying it over and over and over and get it in your head. And when you feel like the kick that you're like somehow doubting its ability to come, just be like, well, that was my old belief system, and now this is how it is. My eye healed so easily, and just like, correct it and kind of get it. Like, that's a good way to saturate your subconscious and bring it into existence, instead of worrying about if it planted, did it plant. And then eventually you just get so sick of saying that, because you know that it's planted. Okay. Did you want any clarity, or how do you feel about that? Are you happy with that? You're welcome. All right. And then let me look at, I've got some questions up there that people wrote. You're welcome. Okay. Will the property manager, this is for Devery, will the property manager resolve the bird issue with one of the tenants? It's getting to be very annoying. Oh my God. I love my roommate from college, but she had a bird, and it was like, and she's a very good bird owner. So it's like not a knock on, like, oh, birds just have, like, again, like, it's like you can smell their bird seed and stuff like that. And like, she was she had this wonderful bond, and she was really cool because she would let the bird fly around. Like, it wasn't just in a cage all the time. And I think, like, now, especially having my bunny and stuff, and, recognizing that, like, they really shouldn't be, they need to be able to fly free and be happy. And the bird was happy, but I would get home from my morning clinicals. So I was up from 6:40, at the hospital at 6:45. So I was up by 5 a.m. On Fridays, and then go and do a full shift of clinicals. And then I would have like a period where I could go sleep, because then I would go back to the hospital, different hospital, and work 11 p to 7 a on the weekends as a student nurse intern. Basically, I was a cheap RN, because they gave me a full load of patients. And then there was RN that would, like, basically sign off on everything, but she'd always go, Anna, you can do this. Like, it was fun though. It was a really good learning experience. And I'm like, it was so amazing. And I felt so lucky to do it that way, because the people who did the day shifts, the student nurse interns, did not get nearly as much experience or responsibility. So, and I absolutely love the nurse, Michelle, that I worked with. So anyhow, I digress. Her bird would, like, I would come home and it would go, because it talked, it would go, hello. And I was like, oh my God, I like had to close the doors and be like, I need to sleep, because it was trying to get my attention and talk to me. Okay. So they will resolve it, but there isn't much they can do. I feel like, it's weird. I almost feel like there might be like a hoarding bird situation. So I feel like it's gonna get resolved. Do you know if there's like multiple birds? And I'm sorry about Autumn Starry Sky. Does that make sense when I say, like, it feels like maybe a bird hoarding situation? I mean, maybe it's not, but it feels like a lot of birds. Because lots of birds. Okay. It will get resolved, but it's not as quickly as you think. They're like, They're saying 2. So I don't feel like it's as soon as 2 weeks. So I feel like within 2 months, and I know that seems like a really, really, really long time, but I feel like you're going to outlast this woman at that apartment than versus this neighbor being there. So with the neighbor, I feel like visualize your neighbor, just like this is the manifesting technique you'll do is like like talking to someone or messaging on here, whatever. See yourself like writing here, oh, Anna, yeah, I'm so grateful. I looked out the window one day and there was just a moving truck and they were gone, or all of a sudden it was just quiet and it turns out they moved out and they were gone. I actually feel like that's what's going to happen, but it just feels like for some reason you have to put that into motion. They'll find a happier, more perfect place for themselves to live in. Okay. All right. So let's do general reading. What does Devery need to know today? So the first thing I felt was a little bit dizzy and feeling like I wasn't eating quite well. And it might just be a today thing like right now, but I still, even right now, I feel very, very dizzy. And to me, there's a couple of things that happen there. This is somebody who's not grounding, but it might be a little bit of that. But I also feel like a little dehydrated and I feel like my sugars are off. Are you borderline diabetic, or do you have an issue where you should be watching your blood sugars and aren't? And the other feeling I get is, I get motion sick really easily. So like being dizzy is not my favorite feeling. Like I get motion sick so easily, y'all. I used to, when I lived in Houston, the way the speed bumps were, that there was like real short, high ones. I would like get like car sick going over the speed bumps in my parking lot. And now I actually, like, I started telling my husband, like, I have to drive. So I'm really contemplating. My mentor also does hypnosis. I'm really contemplating, see if he can get rid of my motion sickness, because it's bad. You're trying to lose weight. So there might be where your blood sugar feels off and you're feeling dizzy, or you feel like you're not eating enough. So it might be that what you need to do is like you're not eating a balance of like enough proteins and like enough fats, and you're like maybe eating, like you're just not getting like a balance to where you're not feeling like where your blood sugar is holding steadier. So like when we used to feed kids and we would look at diabetic exchange, it was always better to give somebody, like if we were giving pudding, which has like sugar in it, whatever, a whole milk pudding versus something that had, or a full fat whole milk pudding versus like a low, skim milk pudding. Because the fat is actually like, what happens is like, if you have just all the sugar and no fat in it, it bounces up really high and bounces down, like your body processes it super quick. But the fat actually cause it to be a more gradual and less, you don't get the rise and the crash the way you do with like low fat stuff, because the fat actually takes longer to digest. So it processes the sugar a little bit slower. So it feels like a water fast. What the Don't fast. Stop fasting. Find an app for macros. Tell what you want to do. I want to lose weight, and it'll calculate your macros, which means what your protein grams are that you need, what your fat grams are that you need, and your carbohydrate grams are that you need. And then you start measuring and weighing your food. And it's a pain in the ass. So you're going to pre-make your meals, right? It's a pain in the ass, but you're going to eventually get to the point where you're like, it becomes pretty routine. But it's worth it because it works and you don't feel terrible when you're trying to go through it. And it's not this crazy fad stuff. It's not this one size fits all. It's for you. Okay? So it's going to make sure that you're getting the fat that you need, that your brain needs, that your body needs in order to develop your protein that you need for those are your building blocks of your body, and then healthy carbs, right? So you want to eat like things like leafy green vegetables. And if you're going to have a potato-y or starchy thing, you're going to eat a sweet potato over a russet potato or whatever. But I don't believe in, I thought about like for a long time, this is even within the last year, I switched from the idea of fasting being a good idea. If you eat the nutrients that you need, you don't have to starve yourself. I don't have to do these crazy things, right? So I just feel like your body's not getting what it needs. Oh, motion sick in the bathtub. Oh, good God, that's awful. Sorry, I just heard that. Your body's just not getting what it needs. Because when I'm feeling that dizziness and like my blood sugars are off, like your body's not getting what it needs in the way it needs it. If you put your body into like a starvation mode, it ends up like lowering your metabolism and then you're doing nothing. So it's better to eat and have your body know that it needs to like process and burn and all of that stuff. So you're going to look at macros. It's not hard. It always confused me for a long time. I didn't understand why everybody called them macros. It's just your a ratio of protein to fat and carbs, right? So you could do like, I think it's like a common one would be 30% of your meal is going to be protein, 40 carb, 30 fat. And like if you use an app, it calculates it all out for you. So you don't have to do anything. You just need to just put it all in. That to me is going to be the best thing for you, to where you don't feel terrible, you don't crash, you don't feel dizzy. Because I felt really off and it didn't feel right. It didn't feel good. And I kept feeling blood sugar issues. So that makes sense if you're on some kind of a water fast to feel like your blood sugar is not right. And I don't know about you, but I get real hangry when I'm hungry, and my kids know it. I say to them, like, I gotta eat because I am not. And they laugh and they get it. Like they get it. So, and I've been that way my whole life. Like if I don't necessarily feel a hunger feeling, I just start to like either feel real lightheaded. And in fact, when I felt that way one time, it was actually before I was doing a thing for, they do the glucose test when you're pregnant. And my blood sugar was like 42. Like it was really low. So mine gets really low before I feel terrible. So a free reading right now doesn't work that way. No, it doesn't work that way. We pay $5, 30% goes to charity. If you're going to keep doing this, bye. KK, can you delete him? Peasant. Oh, that's rough. Okay. So thank you for the joy and energy to realize that some of you are, I know you're just trying to be silly, or I don't know what the point of that was, but thanks for joining us. Okay. So that's that, Deborah. I hope that was helpful for you. And I was not like, I just want you to feel good and hit your goal. Allie, you're up. Nicole Rodriguez, you're up. And I'll check and see if anybody else has paid in PayPal, and maybe we'll close it out. Nah. Oh, that's why your name is that way, Rachel. Ha. Okay. So then just Lana after Rachel. I'm going to put Rachel D because there's another Rachel on here. For one. And then we'll close it out for the night. Just because. Because. Ah. Mm-hmm. There we go. Will I earn good money in my career? What will my future husband do for a living? Emily, I didn't, but I'll look back at it. So throw Emily's name on there and I'll look back. I know how to harass you. Okay. Will I earn good money with my career? This is for Allie. I feel like you may have like a two-parter. So it feels like the first thing you go into, it feels like, okay. Like they made me feel like I feel like to me, they said mediocre, but I don't feel like that means like, it feels like middle of the road. So I feel like, I don't feel like I'm living paycheck to paycheck, but I'm not like making bank the way I want to. So it feels like I may end up mid to late 30s, early 40s, pivoting and changing direction, and or going back to school to further my education to have like a better certification or whatever in order to get more money. So it feels like, because it feels like my career isn't just a straight linear path. It's like there's a second part to it. But I don't feel like I'm like bedraggled and whatever, like having it, like my friends when they first became teachers, and they don't, not like this anymore, but we're like working every school event, teaching summer school, picking up an extra waitressing job just to like be able to live. And I don't feel that for you. It just feels like I'm doing okay. And I keep hearing with your future spouse, I keep hearing entrepreneur. So I feel like whatever he's done, he's built his own business. So I don't feel like he works for someone else. So he may be in a trade, like say he's a plumber, he owns his own plumbing business, or he's a, whatever. Like I feels like whatever I do, I own my own business, and he works for himself. I just want to check and see. Okay. Okie dokie. Listen, let me tell you about BMWs that something I didn't know. And I was like, what? My friend was telling me like not only is the car itself is more expensive, maybe she had a Porsche or BMW, I don't know, she had something, but it's like the oil changes are more expensive. And I'm like, oh, I just don't have, I'm like, I get that you can make a lot of money, but I'm like, oh, come on. Again, I'm like, when it comes to cars, I'm like practical. I want it to work. I don't want to have to like pay somebody special. Like I want to be able to take it to the dealer or take it to the mechanic and not have to have it be some special, whatever. I don't want to like have to order, I don't know, whatever. I'm like, and I guess if you're making, I mean, it's like my mom, you put your value wherever you want to put it. So it's not like, I like a nice pen. Okay. So like, whatever, like I'm not, just remember that there's like, it's not just the car up front. It's like all the work behind it. That's more expensive too. You can get a BMW. You could have one now. Just get a certified used one. They look them over really well before they sell them. It's not like they're going to sell you a lemon, especially if it's through the dealership and it's the BMW one. It just feels like, so maybe if it's even as the business analyst in your field, it just feels mediocre in the sense that like, I'm not living paycheck to paycheck, but I'm not rolling in the dough. Like, I feel like you're fine. You're going to be able to buy a house and do all that stuff. But I feel like you would be like middle class, whatever. And so whatever you would have to do is maybe when you get, like, you've been working long enough, maybe you decide like, okay, I'm going to go back to school and get get a master's degree in something to where then I qualify for more money and make more money. It's like, whatever. I don't feel like you're like, it's not minimum wage. You're going to do fine with but it's going to feel like you're going to feel like you're going to want to do more. It's not terrible. And again, I feel like your husband ends up being like an entrepreneur, owning his own business, working for himself. So it might be like that, or like where he is a consultant. So it's still kind of working for himself and then like hires out, contracts out to another person, something like that. It's not a bad thing. I was gonna say, like my mom, she, instead of buying like a fancy, she got, we like Hondas. They're reliable. And then she bought a Steinway piano. So it's like other people were like, why did you get that kind of a nice piano? But she is a pianist. She is incredibly talented. She's not just like, she's really talented. And that was like her splurge thing. Okay. Listen, Allie, you need to do yourself a favor because I see it on here, but your response is like, oh, it's not. Find the silver lining of things. Don't always think that everything is like terrible, terrible, terrible. This is one of the cards I was talking about. The next card that I was going to talk about was the Magician. You have to see the silver lining. I think that was one of the cards maybe had the card I just talked about. I don't know, but it was like, look at things from a different perspective, see it differently. Okay. Definitely not floundering or anything. You'll be fine. Okay. So Nicole, you said you're keeping in touch. So it's confusing. Where's this? Hey, I'm wondering, see a new timeline for you and Jose. Oh my God. You need to stop asking me about Jose. You have to ask me a different question. And I'm going to tell you why. If you want to be with that man, you may need to manifest the shit out of that. And you need to start focusing on you. And I'm saying this because you ask me about Jose like all the time. And so to me, you're all you're focusing on and like all you're doing is keeping it out here. So I'm making you ask me another question because Nicole, I've known you for a few years now. And this is not for your highest good to keep focusing on him. It's not. So it's not that I'm saying don't want him, but here, okay, I know this is how you're going to manifest him. I'm teaching you right now. I love you. I'm teaching you right now. Jose is my husband or Jose is my boyfriend, however you want to start it. We're together. You keep this little in your own mental head, in your own little papers, in your own little notes. Don't tell a soul. And you're going to be like feeling like you're crazy at first because you feel like you're making up a story in your head. But the fact of the matter is that man, making up the story in your head that, oh, it'll never happen is just as crazy because you don't know that. And then you still need it. Like all I keep feeling is like still working on your self-worth and your self-concept. So great that you're still talking. I love that you're still talking. I love that that's there. And also work on your self-concept, like, so that like you're awesome. So it's like, oh, Jose totally wants me. There's no question. There's no doubt in my mind. He can't get enough of me. He's super excited. So listen to those affirmations. Go to Roxy Talks. There's so many different affirmations you could listen to, and she has pretty good ones. So I'm beautiful. He finds me irresistible. He can't stop thinking about me. And then like make him chase you. Make him put the work in. I'll do a general for you. I get that he's finishing the military, but then you're still like your energy is still focused on he's not here, he's not mine, will it ever happen? And you're putting all your eggs in that basket. And you know what? The only basket you should be putting your eggs in is yours. Like really and truly just focus on you and like what a badass you are, how independent and amazing and smart and funny. And like, of course he would want me when he gets back. Of course he wants to put effort and energy into having a relationship with me because he knows how amazing I am. Like put it all into a good perspective and just focus on you and how much fun you're having in your life and how much, whatever, like manifest a vacation, manifest, like just start doing anything and everything outside of just focusing on him and trust that the universe will bring that to you. Because the way you're doing it now is just focusing on the fact that you don't have him. And that literally just keeps him out there. That's all you're doing then is keeping it at bay. And they're kind of, maybe they're actually just saying like, they're kind of going anytime now, anytime you want to just like stop with that and like, let us make it happen. But you're like literally just keeping it out here. So let's do a general after and again, I'm not saying this because I'm so amazing at all of this and look at me. It's like, maybe they have you guys. I often think I get the clients that come to me because I either have the perspective of having gone through it. So I know where you're at and I know where you need to be. She is pretty nice. She is like, I think that she has a good energy. I saw her get frustrated with the people like Because like what she does in their life, she's like, watch all these videos. Like, aren't you listening? What's wrong with you? And I was like, oh, sending her calm. So like, stop obsessing over him and make him obsess over you. Like, those are the kind of videos you need to be watching. Or watch her like affirmations to make someone obsess over me. She always says that she has a history in criminal justice, or like a background. I don't know if she has a degree in it or exactly what, but she said, like, I don't like the word making somebody obsessed with you. She said, because that can have like a very negative connotation. So like making somebody like super enamored with you or in love with you, whatever. She uses a different like way of doing it, because she's like she feels like that has like can draw some like negative, scary stuff, which it can. Okie dokie. Sorry, I need lip stuff. My heater's on. My basement's cold. And that's that. Okay, so okay. Just making sure it's not all over my lips like my kids do. All right, what does the universe want Cole to know today? Did you have mimosas today? I either heard samosas or mimosas. I'm not really sure. I'm like, mimosas makes more sense to me, but could be samosas. They said that you're on the right path and you're doing fine, but they just said, just focus on the good that you have in your life and finding the positive in your life. And it sort of shifts your energy around, and it like, don't literally, like, if it's like, if I see something, I've just learned to like flip it into being more of a positive. So maybe it's about like going out, like it really, you guys, everything is going to start opening up. So it's just like going out and sort of just enjoying life and like allowing the universe to do their work instead of trying to, this is your message. I'm sorry, this is your message. This is your general message. It's like rolled in from me going, and your general message is like, enjoy the simple things in life. Be grateful for the simple things in life. Instead of focusing on the things that you don't have, it's like, I have, like, maybe it's not your dream job, but it's like, I have a job and I'm making good money, and money comes to me easily, and I have good friends and family, and I'm happy in my apartment, and all of those like little things that come along. Do you have a dog or a cat? Because I feel like my little animal, like finding joy in that. It's like finding the joy in every little things and focusing on that. So if you get triggered that, oh my God, I'm not with him right now, it's like, yeah, I know, but this is a part of the bridge of incidences or bridge of circumstances. And I'm like, this is part of the story of us coming together. And I've said this one before, there's the idea that like, if you got to the movie theater early, and so you see the end of the movie you were going to see, and so everything's going to work out great and the whole happily ever after. And then you start at the beginning of the movie and you watch everybody that's sitting around you and all their emotions of like, the loss, the big thing that somebody has to overcome, and then the bringing together and all of that. That's where you're at right now, is doing that. But you have to know that you're manifesting that, it works out. So you have to be like the person that already saw the ending and you're like, it's cool. This is just a part of the story to get to that happy ever after. You might have to change the your diet for your little dog, because I feel like it gives like gas or tummy bloat or something. You might end up changing the diet soon. Okie doke. I'm going to leave you with that. Goddess Love, you're up. Laura H., you're up. Sorry, guys. Okay, I was just checking the PayPal. Emily, I didn't see your payment come through. Okay, post your second after your first. Okay. I did not get Lauren Jane's payment. What do my spiritual guides need me to know at this time with all that is going on in my life at this moment? The first thing I get pulled to, my throat has got really weird. Hang on. Oh, weird. Your throat chakra. So this is about your learning to be an advocate for yourself and speak up for yourself. It's like learning to set healthy boundaries, learning to say no, learning to say no and not feel guilty for saying no. It's like super blocked where I was like, listen, my throat is still like, I've never had that happen. That was crazy. So that's like number one biggest thing you need to do. That's going to help like break down a lot of the stuff going on in your life is just learning to advocate for yourself and not feeling any guilt about it and setting healthy boundaries. No, don't send it again, Emily. Email me your confirmation. Just email me your confirmation and we'll see how that goes. Okay. So, it's looking at the belief systems that told you that. So are you Catholic by chance? Because I was started doing this with my necklace and it also felt very close to like related to family and family belief systems. This was my grandmother's. But it just felt like, God, oh my God, that's so annoying. Sorry. I'm like, okay. Not mine, not mine, not mine, not mine. Okay. I'm probably not gonna be able to stop doing that until I get off of you. So it just feels like learning to set healthy boundaries, be okay with setting healthy boundaries, understand that you are not selfish. You are not a bad person. If you say like, I need to put my needs first, it's like, it's healthy, right? You cannot, like, it's strange to me. And you don't think about it this way. Like I used to put everybody before me and I used to not be able to say no very well. And then I'd feel really bad when I felt like I was a terrible person if I was trying to set boundaries. But it's strange to me that when you're in that sort of a weird position to have these belief systems that you're a bad person to say no, because it's okay for that other person to say like, you should sacrifice everything for me, but I'm not doing anything for you. And you need to feel guilty if you try to do anything for yourself. Like it's super twisty and messed up. You need to just say, no, I can't do it right now, or I'm available at this time, and do not apologize for it. And also look at like some of the behaviors of like, they said, feeling like you have to explain yourself to everybody. Go look at Dr. Nicole LaPera. She's got an Instagram, she's got some YouTube videos, and she is all about like sort of healing all of that, self-healing. So email me. My email is Annalisa@myspiritualfriend. Send me, because it's not, whatever reason it's not showing up. I've got one for Juliet, and then I don't have the other two. I just went through and looked through the whole list, and sometimes they pop up weird and differently. So if you paid and I haven't gotten it, send me an email of it. Okay. So that's what I feel like. What's your second question? And then we need, after the two of you like figure all that out, I'm closing the list, really and truly. I don't want to take anybody else. My husband is making me a Wagyu steak and I want to go enjoy it. And we've got a lot left. It's going with a woman at your job. What are their motives in regards to me? I literally just feel like hen pecking. Like they show me like a hen house. And it's literally just like, I don't feel like they have any motives. I just think it's like you're there and they're going to peck at you. I don't feel like it's like a whole planned out whatever. So you're going to do the manifesting thing. Right? You're going to go anything like you can do the everybody really likes me. Nobody's bothered by, I like with their thing. If they're kind of doing weird things, it's like they don't even notice me anymore. They're for whatever reason, they're not even attracted to my energy anymore. It's like everything just went away and everything rolls off my back. Do those kind of things where it's just like, it doesn't bother you, and B, they don't even notice your energy to even want to like come at you. Okay. So it just feels like it's more like because your energy is focused on it, that it's bringing more at you. And it's this belief system that women are a certain way. Because they're insecure. Like it literally just feels like I've worked with so many women like this. And it's just like, it's a way to give them a sense of power because they don't have any power or control in their life. So it's like, instead of like owning their power and taking responsibility for all of their stuff and recognizing that they have control over everything, they just would rather like try and make other people feel small. Okay, you don't trust women. So therefore you're creating situations in your life to have untrustworthy women. There's your belief system. So it's the universe always keeps me safe. The universe always lets me know red flags that I see. The universe only brings me people in my life that I can trust. The people that I work with are trustworthy. The people that I work with treat me with respect. So it may mean those people end up leaving and new people come in. It may be that you get fired or quit your job or whatever, and then get pulled into a newer and better job, or a newer and better position at work where the people around you are trustworthy and all these other things. Shift that I don't trust women, because that's like 4.5 billion people on this earth that you're saying you don't trust. And then it's also saying that you don't trust yourself, because you're in that one too. So get rid of that belief system. It serves no one, especially least of all yourself. So instead of doing the want, need, and deciding what needs to happen, why don't you just like, the people that I work with are all trustworthy. The people that I work with always have a team mindset. They want the best for everybody. They always want the highest good for everybody around them. They always have everybody's back, that kind of thing. And then let the universe take care of it. Don't decide, but I don't want this, because what if they can bring you a lot better than you could ever put together? And that's typically how it is with the universe. So what do you want? And instead of going, but let me nitpick it around, and what if they're like, hey, we're going to end up having somebody offer you a really amazing job, and you're going to make a lot more money, and maybe you're not going to be there, but you're going to have way better benefits, and you're going to have people that you work with that are trustworthy and fun to get along with, and I never have to feel terrible, and it's just an easy breezy thing. Just saying. All right, Laura H. Any updates or insights on my future life partner the spirit wants to share? Y'all, why am I doing so much manifesting teaching? No, stop that, Juliet. Women are not so passive aggressive. Don't say that. Some women maybe, but when you're putting everybody into that same thing, you're including yourself in that. So remember that if you have those belief systems, and I don't, I used to have a lot of that stuff, and now I'm just kind of like, yeah, there are some people out there that are like that. Women, men, whatever. Some people are. They aren't attracted to my energy. They steer clear of me. I don't ever have to worry about that stuff. Just remember that. And you see, all of that stuff is for people who are insecure, and that's really hard to be insecure like that. Stop it. Stop that conversation on here. Stop it. I'm going to start blocking you guys. I mean it. Don't have that conversation on here. Delete those comments. Delete your comments. Delete them. I'm removing those comments. I'm very serious. I don't want that energy on here. I'm very serious. I don't want that energy on here because I'm trying to teach you guys how to shift those belief systems, and all you're doing is pulling more of that into your life. Stop it. Stop it. Stop pulling it into your life. Lauren, email me the confirmation. Since I'm the one who deals with all the money, because it is my PayPal, she doesn't have access to my PayPal. It's not a business thing, so I'll check it. Emily emailed me hers. That's not me you sent it to. You sent it to an Anna Schwartz, but it's not me. I'm Annalisa, and I have a Emily. You sent it to the wrong person. You should have a butterfly that shows up. So the email should be, the PayPal is paypal.me/AnnalisaMSF/5. So Emily, that's why you didn't pay it to me. You paid it to somebody else. Now, I'm sorry if that rubbed you guys the wrong way for me to cancel that, but you got to bring that venting somewhere else. It's not allowed here. I don't care. I really don't. I really don't. I'm like, literally, stop it. It's not real life. You're creating that stuff. So yes, there are some people like that, and it is frustrating, but if that's all you focus on, I'm telling you, that's what you bring. Manifesting is real. That's what you bring into your life. I'm telling you, that's what you bring into your life. So the people that are attracted to me, the people, and I'm talking about like friendships, women, I'm not talking about romantically, the people that are attracted to me in friendships and work relationships, and the people that I work with are kind, they are good, they are trustworthy, they treat me with respect. If you don't think that way, and maybe you're going to be really upset about this, maybe you're not going to want to come here again, that's okay, because, but I'm telling you, if you think with these belief systems, that's all you're going to create. And then you're going to keep coming here and spending your money and asking me, when is this going to change? It's not going to change if you're not willing to put the work in and look at how your belief systems are creating what's around you. Juliet, you didn't pay the wrong person. You paid me. I got it. Don't worry about it. So one thing I recognize when I start like really just authentically being who I am and doing my business the way I want to do it is that some people are not going to want to be here and they're not going to like what I have to say. And I am really honest. I do turn clients away because I don't, if I think that you're sort of going into this like pattern where it's not serving your highest good, then I'm not going to, I have to work from a place of an ethical place and a place of integrity. So I'm not doing it to be mean. And it's okay for you to speak your truth and your throat chakra, but what I'm telling you is that your belief system is creating that. And it's okay for you to speak your truth, but you're also not clear here because you're not setting healthy boundaries, and then also remember this, when you're creating boundaries, nobody else has to agree with them. Nobody else has to abide by them. The only person who has to respect your boundaries is you. So literally the only person who has to respect your boundaries is you. And that's like, I'm going to tell you the truth because I think it's really shitty when there's readers out there who are like, well, let's just be really nice and timid and like, I don't want to make you feel bad, but it's like, it's not about feeling bad, but like, fuck, I'm going to shine the light where you need to shine, where you need to see it. And I'm going to hold a mirror up where you need to see it, because I would hope that when I paid somebody for something that they would do the same thing to me, or that I have a friend. I mean, I expect my friends to tell me the truth. And I'm going to tell you, there are people that I do not hang out with because I don't have time if you're not going to be honest. I just don't have time for it. It's like, it's exhausting. Like, don't blow smoke up my ass. Like, if I can improve, I'm happy to improve. If there's room for growth, I'm happy for growth. I don't want you to be an asshole about it, but like, I'm totally cool with that. Ask KK. I like it. I just do. Like, just tell me. So it just feels like setting your boundaries. So if you're the only one who respects it, so again, it's like, if I don't respect my boundaries, then it doesn't matter how many of them I try to set up, it's not going to happen. If somebody else is not respecting my boundaries, well, how big is that boundary? How important is it to me? Am I okay with like being like, well, I'll still talk to you, but we have to like work our way up. Maybe I just don't talk to you as often, or maybe like we only hang out like not in my, like, you can't come and hang out at my house, but I'll see you out somewhere else. Like, because your home is your sacred space, right? Or maybe you actually have to completely cut ties until they get whatever is going on with their brain. I've had to cut ties with people because they refuse to take ownership for their terrible behavior. And I don't care how much they come back to me and go, I miss you. I'm sorry, until you own your shit and your shitty behavior and start taking ownership and healing that, I don't have time for it. I love you. I care about you. I don't want bad things for you, but I don't want you to be a part of my life until we can have a healthy relationship. So yeah, you stop talking to people, and like the people at work, pay no attention to them. Just like focus on, you can't shift things. So it's either ends up, what happens is they just stop the behavior that they have. That's the, like, they no longer pay attention to me. They're not interested with my energy, or they end up like the job shifts somehow. Either you move to a different department, or they move to a different department, or you change jobs altogether. It ends up like, it all falls into place really beautifully if you get straight in your mind, change the belief system, and get straight in your mind exactly what it is you want. Someone asked me once, they're like, oh, well, I really admire how this work relationship is. I said, well, you don't say, I want a relationship like those. Like when people say about celebrities, like, oh, relationship goals. I'm like, don't say that. Like, don't say you want a relationship like whatever famous couple, because you don't know what's going on behind those cameras and all of that stuff. You don't know. So if you want to take on whatever their bad is with their good, then you can say that, but you don't know what their bad is, and you don't know if that's really what you want. So be clear about what you want in work relationships. Do you want healthy work relationships that are like, I didn't want to be buddy with a lot of people I worked with. I wanted to be cordial. I wanted to have respectful conversation, to get my work done, to I have, but I didn't want to be buddy because I found that kind of created weird dynamics at certain times. So I would joke around and stuff, but I wasn't best friends with anybody. There's a few people that I'm friends with over the years, who I've actually developed better friendships since I left than when I was working with them. Vicky's Intuitive Tarot. I've closed the list for tonight. It's really late, and I want to get through these. I'm waiting. My husband's like got a nice steak waiting for me. So, okay, Regine, you're up, and then KK, you're up. Lauren Jane, you sent it to the wrong person as well. Wait. Pretty sure. Let me look at it, and because it should have, when it comes up, it should have a butterfly on it. And you know that I refund you money if it ends up that it all came in. So I'm just saying that, but I'm pretty sure you guys sent it to the wrong person. Because it should come up with a butterfly on the emblem. And Lauren, I refunded you money recently, so I know you have paid me before. just a heads up, whenever you guys are making payments, make sure that when they come through, that you see the butterfly emblem for the picture. Sometimes that woman who is also with the same name as mine is kind enough to refund you guys money. I've heard that she has. So put your energy, instead of focusing on people don't know how to work with others, just pay no mind to that. Focus on the positive, focus on how it works. Okay, so Regine, do you have a question? KK, if you want to ask your question. Lightning Spark, if you want to ask your question. I've got Regine, KK. Laura H. What did you, hang on. Oh, that was Goddess Love I was on. No, Laura H., ask your question. Well, listen, you guys know I like practical. So any car, I would always say pick something that's reliable, practical, not too expensive to fix. The tires aren't expensive to replace. That's me. I'm ridiculous. Safe. Okay, but I'll ask your guides, because you're not asking me. You're really wanting to know from them, right? I know this is a little ways away, but they said I feel more like September for a car. And it just feels like getting a really good deal. And it's like they're showing me the car on the lot being like, oh, like the light coming down from the heavens, and like it's just put there perfectly for you. I don't know. It's not there. So I don't know what to tell you. It's just not here. So if you want to pay me again and a second payment comes through, you can do that. But I can't just like, I don't want to spend like forever just checking emails and stuff. When you send it to mine, it should come up with if any of you else have gotten a confirmation that you paid. Emily, when you got the second confirmation that you paid, did it have the butterfly on it this time? But did it have a butterfly on it this time, whereas last time it didn't? Can you just verify that? Because that's the way I think it should be, and I think that's what the issue is. And Regine just I'm sorry, Lauren Jane. I don't know what happened, but it's not like wait and see if that person refunds you the money, but I'm pretty sure it should have the butterfly on it when you do it. And it's, if you're ever in doubt, if you register with my email or on my website, you'll get an email either the day of. Usually I do it the day before. Today was the day of because I got busy with stuff yesterday. And I know I should probably schedule that to go out. Anyway, I digress. It has a link in there to pay that way as well. Okie doke. Okay, so Regine, are you good with that with the car? It feels like around September. It's not saying, it literally is like, it's a lighter color vehicle. It's not a dark color vehicle. So maybe like, it's not white, like a goldish color, or maybe silver. They call it champagne in some cars. It just feels like and it feels more of a sedan versus being an SUV or something like that. You won't end up with the wrong car. Stop that. So you're going to manifest that. It's like the perfect car came to me. It's reliable. It's in a good condition. It's runs well, blah, blah, blah. Like, speak positive, bring positive things in. And I'll know when it's the right car. I'll just know when it's the right car. I know when my mom and I were she was buying a condo. This was like years ago. I went with her to look at several different places in Houston. And I remember like just knowing the minute we got out of the car in the parking lot that this was the place she was going to buy. Like, I just knew it. We didn't see it. I didn't see pictures of it. I just knew this was the place she was going to buy. Like, set that as your intention. I'll just know the car when I see it. I don't know. Emily, if I get a double payment, or can you cancel the first payment then? Like the first payment that you got a confirmation on? Just cancel it. And Lauren Jane, if for some reason it comes through, I will pay you, but I will for sure refund you. I did it last week when you didn't show up, right? Right. So you can trust me on that one. Like, I don't need all of that energy. Okay, so KK. But when you get the confirmation, does it have a butterfly on it? Okay, lightning spark. I got to find, what does Evelyn want to tell you? The feeling you get around the connection with her is not like that she wants you to tell her anything. It's more about the idea of like wanting you to be more like having a more forthcoming energy and a more confident energy. So work on your self-affirmations. Laura H., any update or insight on my future life partner the spirit wants to share? Oh, I started to ramble into yours, I thought. They go, he's too cool for school. Like, they said he needs to go through some really huge growth patterns right now in the next like 2 to 3 years in order to be ready to be in a relationship, in a serious committed relationship. It doesn't mean he's not in a committed relationship now. It just feels like in order to be in that relationship with you, he needs to do some major growth work. So trust that's because of the work you're doing on healing yourself and kind of coming into a higher vibrational state. It's like he needs to match that. So he's got to do the work on his own. No, Emily, I have one question I'll do for you. I'm just saying, we'll figure out whatever happened with the other one. It shows up with a butterfly. Okay. Thanks, Lightning Spark. KK, did you want to ask your question? Rachel and Wings 30. Oh, Rachel, not Rachel D, but the other Rachel. Did I misread yours? It said, what does Evelyn want you to know? Did I read that right? So not you yet, the other Rachel, because there's two Rachels here. So not Rachel D, who just typed that, but the other Rachel, your question is up. And then Lightning Spark, how did I misread? I don't feel like she wants you to know anything per se. It's wanting you to have a different energy is the feeling I get, wanting you to be more confident in yourself. So being more confident in yourself, being more forthcoming and confident, not like just be more self-confidence. Does that make sense? Like it didn't feel like, oh, she wants you to say something. It's just like being more confident in who you are. KK general reading. So I was like, okay, what do you want me to know? Because they were like laughing. They're like, she doesn't need you to do these. But the feeling, because you've been getting a lot of messages lately from them, and they're showing me sort of like at that twilighty time when you're sort of falling asleep. So it's like more like, is that really what they want me to know? But I asked about the job thing because I was like, did she hear back from them yet? And I got a number 3. So what does the number 3 mean? So I don't know if you're going to end up getting, if they called you for the second or the third, but there's something around 3. So it's like, maybe it's a third, you're going to hit the third round, or maybe there's 3 people interviewing this second round, but there's something about a 3 regarding that. I know this sounds weird, but maybe just send a quick email, say really, instead of waiting, it just feels like show a little bit of interest. It wouldn't hurt. You've waited long enough, but there's something about a 3 regarding that. And I don't know what that means, but I already said, I felt like you were going to get into the second round. Okay. There you are. Rachel C. Okay. My father passed away this past December. His name is John. I wanted to know. So I do feel like he has actually tried to communicate with you already. And there's been 2 ways. One, I feel like a dream, and it's sort of like you felt like it was real, but weren't really validated on it. But 2, I feel like he like taps on something. So it sounds like the way, the French press kettles, or the really like that have like that are metal, and you can put them directly on the stove. And I guess the kind that you buy in Europe that are like kind of, they look like whatever they're metal. And that sound of like something tapping on it. So it's like he's tapping on things in your house, or making little like noise and ruckus. Does this make sense when I say this to you? Laura, I gave you the reading. You didn't get overlooked. I definitely gave you the reading. So he's contacting you in the dreams, but there's something about a tapping. So there's some like little noise you're hearing or something like that. It feels like some noise making. So it's not like I'm going to see a bird, a bubble. It's like I literally am going to hear something where I think it's like a tapping. I don't know if it's moving stuff around. It's like literally like where you think you hear something and it feels rhythmic. And you're like, maybe that's something else, and you've sort of shunned it off. But he'll make himself know, because he feels like he's more of like kind of a mischief maker. Was he a heavy smoker? Because I feel like like difficulty breathing. It feels like somebody who would have been a smoker. And also feels like he has more of a cynical sort of darker sense of humor. He died of pneumonia. So something with lung issues, difficulty breathing. Thank you. And glasses. He wears glasses, or he wore glasses. So if I'm getting like where I feel like I can't breathe. Yep. I've got him. So he's fine. He's good. He's going to make himself known in like little darker ways, and trust those dreams that you're getting. Trust your intuition. Did he call you his little butterfly or his little bird? There's something like that, but I feel like it's not him showing him that way. It feels like it's something he would have kind of referred to you as. Maybe not as you got older, but like when you were little. All right, Wings 34, if you want to ask your question. Oh, you wanted to know about, okay. This is another one of those things where I feel like with him, with your divine masculine, the feeling I get is you're not together now. Butterfly Kisses is your song. Perfect. So that is your validation that your dad is here. And so I'm really glad that you know that he's okay, and just know that he is visiting you when he's with you. You're welcome, Rachel. I'm sorry, I don't mean to be like moving on to the next one, but I want to go. Sorry. I don't even know what time we're at. We're like, so I don't even know what time it is. There it is, 5:44. Okay, so you're welcome, Rachel. So Wings 34, Rachel D, Lana, and Juliet, and Emily, you're up to. I'm going to kind of move through these. Remember that if you register with my website, you get the email ahead of time, you get earlier in the list. That's how Miss Devery gets is always like first and done. Please like and subscribe. Tell people about me. I do private readings. I do mentoring. I'll do events. I am on Instagram. There is also, remember, I don't know, this is weird. Let me see. Emily, I'll look at this later with the details and figure it out, because I have two, I don't know, whatever. I'll look at this later, but I'll pay you back if you haven't, if I didn't get paid, if I got paid twice. Okay. Let's do this. I got to get my little, there we go. You're concerned about my stomach and my steak. I know, as a vegetarian, you're so sweet. I'm fine. It's okay. I just feel bad because it's like, okay. All right. Your divine masculine, you're wanting to know. So can you clarify this for me, Wings 34? You're not together yet? Like you're, because I just want to make sure that I'm understanding this, because sometimes if I'm thinking it's one way and then I ask it a different way, and then like sometimes they're not always clear. Let's just be honest. It gets a little crossed. Star-crossed lovers. Ooh, maybe there was a reason for me saying that. Okay, Emily for general. Wings 34, are you here? Are you here? I'm going to ask this the way I think that the feeling I get is that you're from, let me go back to your note and read your note since you wanted it to be private. And you have two, oh wait. No, that's not you. Wrong person. Wrong area. Okay. I'm reading this question as if you aren't actually together yet, but you feel like energetically you're all lined up. And I don't. So the way I feel like is going to happen with this one is this particular person feels more like a karmic relationship. I don't really like the idea of twin flame, blah, blah, blah. I do feel like there are certain situations where someone is like, they've contracted to be this, like almost every lifetime they're together in this specific way or whatever, like they have a closer bond within their family, a soul family. But I don't like to say soulmate or twin flame because I feel like that screws people into this idea that like, if I haven't met this perfect person, and then you're constantly like, well, maybe this person isn't it. Maybe it's this, maybe it's that. Or like, oh, I screwed it up. Like it just messes with your head in a way that's really unfair and stupid. But I do feel like there's a karmic healing that will happen within this relationship. I personally don't know that you'll be in a really long-term relationship with this person. I feel like you line up to be together, are together for a short period of time, and then go separate ways. And I'm sorry to tell it to you that way. Remember that, trust your intuition. If you think I'm wrong and I should go jump ship, whatever, I'm happy for you to tell me that. I get it. I can be wrong. I'm not 100% right. That's my feeling from this standpoint, from what I'm getting. And since I'm not really getting any feedback, I don't know if there's a lag. KK, if you can type something so I can see if something's wrong with the live chat. I don't know. But that's just my feeling I'm getting. I was going to see if you emailed me. Oh, there you are. Okay, so I don't know why Wings 34 just bounced off, but so there you go. That's my message for you of where I feel like you are. So I do feel like you're lining up to be together, but I also don't feel like it's this big, long life relationship. It feels very karmic, like there's a reason for you to learn something from each other in a short period of time. Okay, so I don't know, maybe you left. So I hope you find your reading. Okay, Rachel D, now it's your turn, and Lana and Juliet and Emily. And Emily just wants a general reading, so I might give it while I'm waiting for everybody else. Yeah, Rachel, you ask your questions. You have two of them. I'm just going to tell Emily this really quick, and then I'll answer yours. Emily, I feel like, and I know you paid later, but it's just because you wrote general. It's like easy while I'm waiting to kind of click in and do that. So I feel like they're telling me you're on the right path. You're on the right path. And it's like you're pacing yourself well, but they're saying don't run out of energy. So whatever it is, maybe whatever you're trying to do with your little side business or something like that, it just feels like there's a little bit of self-doubt about manifesting or whatever and creating things you had. Listen to me. I started doing these readings professionally 13 years ago. And 8 years ago, I mean, I've been like, this has not been an overnight, look at, she has so many things, like I just started, like this has been a very slow progression to get to the point where I am now, where I'm certainly not like, I could not live off of what I make. We could not live off of what I make, but I'm doing really well. And the last year has really kind of kicked in. And it's not because I'm advertising myself everywhere. And it's because I trusted the process of letting things grow the way they are. And I just went, I guess maybe I'm supposed to have like, be a mom and stay at home and take care of those things and do a lot of healing and focus on this stuff. And then like have the clients kind of come in word of mouth and have it sort of snowball in a way. And this YouTube thing I've been doing for 2 years, and I've been stuck at like 950 subscribers for so long. It's crazy. That's why I'm like, please tell people about me. Please share people with me. Please like, please subscribe. Please hit the like button, hit the bell, like do all of that stuff. Please go in and comment on the videos, like do that stuff, because that's how people find out about me. But it took me a long time, and I just had to like plug in and say, like, no matter what everybody said around me, family members being like, oh, you have your little thing, you do, or like, you know, sort of like diminishing and minimizing things and just going, I know I'm supposed to do this. So it's like, you sort of have to just go, I know I'm supposed to do this. And regardless of what anybody else thinks of how this is going to be, I just need to plug in and go. And so it's like, don't lose steam, don't lose the energy, just keep going. Keep the pace up that you're doing. You're not doing too much. You're not doing too little. Just keep doing what you're doing, plugging, putting one foot ahead in front of the other every day. And it's going to work, but you just have to like, sort of like keep the faith. That felt like one breath. Does that make sense? I hope so. Okay, Rachel, first question. When I may get a job, I am trying hard. Do you see falling out in a financial problem, leaving home and everything, no money? Wait. Okay. You're welcome, Emily. I'm confused by your first question because you're writing it so like, I don't know, you're trying to be so short. And so it's like, basically you're trying to get a job. Okay, great, Laura. You're trying to get a job. You're trying hard. Do I see you having financial problems because you're not getting a job? You are leaving home, or you're trying to leave home and you have no money to do so? Okay. So I feel like you'll get a job in 3 weeks' time is what they said. It's not a dream job, and it's not, but it is money coming in. So, but it feels like I'm like just making it. I'm just making ends meet. They also sort of feel like it's this manifesting thing. I'm big on manifesting. So I'm going to look at your belief systems and what's stopping you from having stuff come in, right? So it's hard to find a job. Okay, they'll make it hard for you to find a job. I'm financially like devastated. Okay, we'll make it hot financially devastated. So it has to be like, we tell ourselves lies all the time. Okay. And this is what manifesting is. It's lying to ourselves to reprogram our brain. Bear with me. So we tell ourselves lies in ways where we go, oh, nobody ever likes me. It's always hard to like, when, you know, like you say you, went somewhere, had conversations with people who are like, oh, everybody just thought I was so weird and strange. But like literally nobody ever said anything to you about that. They just seemed like a friendly conversation, whatever. You're telling yourself a lie about what you think somebody thinks about you without ever knowing if that's a fact or not. So just decide. It's easy to find a job. Jobs are flowing to me. I have so many options because I'm able to find, you know, there's always easy jobs that pay well, that I can easily pay my bills, that I have left over, that I have benefits, that I have left over and extra money so I can put away into savings or buy that thing that I want, whatever it is. I easily save money. And obviously you can easily save money because why? You have a job, right? Money flows to me from all directions. Money flows easily. So if you say like you have to work hard for money, then you're going to have to work hard for money. So money flows easily to me. I was easily able to move out of the house and pay for my own bills and live on my own and support myself. I make enough money to easily support myself. And I love my job and I work with great people, and I look forward to going to my job every day. Those kind of things are the ways that you have to shift it, right? So go to Roxy Talks, go to Joseph Ally, which is spelled ALAI, his thing, and start watching stuff on manifesting and belief systems and shifting those and changing those. And like mantras and affirmations. So it's like, how about do this one where you're doing over and over in your head, like, I have a job that pays me really well. I have a job that pays me really well. I have a job that came to me that pays me really well. I easily found this job. It pays me whatever. Like it's like it fell into my lap. Like I have a job that pays me really well. It's like it fell into my lap. Like say this over and over and over in your head. Write it down. Say it before you go to bed. Say it when you wake up in the morning. When you start to get nervous because, oh my God, I don't have a job, go, that was my old reality. My new reality is I have a job. I easily make money. I pay my bills. I was able to easily move out. Like it's just start reprogramming. Your subconscious doesn't know if it's real or not. So why not just make up some stuff that like is good and it's going to work and it's going to come into your life? Shift the belief system. That's why I don't like to focus so much on my numbers where I'm like, guys, I've been stuck here for a while, because I don't want to be stuck here. I want to keep moving and keep reaching new people and helping new people and showing them that A, they can be empowered. B, this stuff is real. It's not fake. Okay, so that was your first question. And your second question was about Mantosh thinks of me now. He has any other plan to connect and marry? And my answer feels like no. They just said you're setting your sights too low. So what that means to me is work on your self-concept, work on building up your self-belief and your confidence, and knowing that you're worth more instead of breadcrumbs. Don't settle for breadcrumbs now, because if you settle for breadcrumbs now, trust me, it's going to be way less than breadcrumbs later. Okay? It doesn't, like when someone's dating you, they're putting their best foot forward. It just goes downhill after that. It can. It doesn't have to, but people get comfortable. But they're saying that you're settling, that you're accepting less than your worth. I felt like I said 2 or 3 weeks, like I feel like you'll get the job soon. Okay. I think he does, but it feels like fleeting thoughts. It doesn't feel like in the forefront of your mind. Listen to me. If a man wants you, he's going to connect with you. There is no question. You will never wonder or anything like that. They will connect. They will ask you on a date. They will want to talk to you. They will email you. They will text you. They will DM you. They will video chat you. Like they will. And it's nothing about self-worth. It's about they're saying you're not choosing well enough for yourself. Like his energetically down here and you're up here and you're not a vibrational match. Find somebody that matches you that's like, wow, instead of like, meh, meh. Lana, Juliet asked me about the housing. So Lana and Juliet, I'll get to you. Maybe the karmic lesson is to learn to, like, maybe he's there as a karmic thing to have this moment to recognize that you need to work on your self-confidence. I mean, sometimes people come in for that simple of a moment. It's important. It's really important, but it's not about a romantic connection. I'm happy to be wrong. Okay. Come back and tell me I'm wrong every day, all day long. That's okay. I didn't say he won't marry. I just said I don't see it happening with the two of you. I don't feel like he's the one for you. Again, I'm happy to be wrong. Okay. Let me see. I don't know if I can scroll all the way back up to Juliet. To your original question, I don't know if I can go that high because it's been so long. Will I be able to stay the vacate notice I received from the property management regarding my rental? In arrears? I am not in arrears with the rent. God is great, indeed. Okay, you're welcome. Juliet, are you here? I don't feel like I feel like the vacate notice is because they sold the property, and I feel like it's not that it's a new owner and they're going to keep the property. It feels like they might actually just take the property down. Is it an older place? Like take it down and then build something different there. That's the sense that I get. Does that make sense? I don't know if you're here still, Juliet. Lana, are you here? Good. Okay. You want a general reading? I'm going to go move on to you. And then if Juliet shows up, I'll talk to Juliet. So my sense is that you won't get to stay past June 30th. It feels like, because I even asked, like I was like end of July. And I'm like, nope, I don't feel end of July. And then I thought mid-July. And it's like, no, it's really going to be like July 1 and out. And it feels like not because like, so sometimes a new owner will take over the property and then just keep it going as is. But it actually feels like they're going to tear it down and build something new there. And that's why they have to vacate. So it has nothing to do with you not being in good standing. And I feel like they would be happy to write you like a referral or whatever if you needed something like that to rent a new property. Okay, Lana. So I get this feeling of like anxiety because nothing's happening. Oh, okay. I don't understand that. To me, it feels like property was sold. That's the feeling I get. If you're not happy, I don't understand. I want to look this up. I saw a spider with you, Lana, and I want to see, I can't remember the symbolism with that. Either way, my sense is that, Juliet, are you here? Can you answer? My sense is that you won't stay past June 30th. Because I asked, asked to the end of July, and I felt like no. And then I put July 15th, like middle of July, and it just feels like no, but out by July 1. But I feel like you're going to find a better place. Like it's actually going to end up being like a bigger, a nicer, newer for less money. Oh, this is cool. So in Native American animal medicine, the spider represents the web of life. Thus, spider medicine indirectly supports, this is from worldbirds.org, indirectly supports you as the creator of life. Spider medicine brings within an energy of creation as it is the weaver of dreams and reality. Call upon the spider when you feel you are a victim of circumstances, and or call upon the spider to assist you. This is about creating the life that you want, creating the things that you want. This message is for Lana. So it sort of feels like you can create whatever. Oh, and then also, bam, sorry. You think about a spider web when they build it, it's like you can walk through it and they've built a new one again in 2 hours. So it's sort of looking at it as like, if something feels like it's falling apart, or if it feels like something's not working out for you, don't focus on the fact that it fell apart and it's not working out for you, because it's like they're going to just rebuild it something better and bigger and in a better place for you. So stop focusing on that, like that it not working out just right, because it's like it'll happen really easily for you, recreated. Like, don't get discouraged. I watched this thing. It was a really cool video, or it was it was like some National Geographic or Discovery or something, where it was like they were showing the spider and it could shoot out its silk in like a spray, and the wind would catch it and it would go 25 meters and catch on a tree. And then like, as it started shooting out, it would spin some silk around it to keep it from spreading too far. And then it would go across and it would start building its like huge 2-meter wide web to catch bugs and stuff over the river, because it would shoot it across the river. And it would only take like 2 hours to build this really magnificent thing. And then, but what happened first was it could feel like another spider on the other end of it. So it went and it cut the line so the other spider fell, and it went all the way back up to where it began, and it drew all of its web in, and that didn't go to waste. It ate it. So it's sort of like talking about when things don't work out, it won't go to waste, and then you easily like rebuild, and it just becomes this thing. It's like may not have happened the way you envisioned it originally, but like this spider, it just rebuilt and did things really easily. So, all right, ladies and gentlemen, Emily, I gave you your reading. Everybody else, I hope you have a wonderful night. Happy Mother's Day to those of you that are moms and you celebrate it this day. And I hope you all go out and have an amazing week, and all that your dreams, hopes and dreams come to you, and that manifesting is easy, and that you are all healthy and wealthy and well. Okay? Have a great night. I'm hoping to get some videos out. I really want to do this. I really think it's a really good idea and a great spiritual practice. So have a good night. Share me with your friends. Like, subscribe, all of that good stuff. I'll see you next week. Good night, Mary.